folks, it's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, your social media insurance bro and registered financial consultant, back again today to whack and tap on your head with another ADH Wealth Solution article. So this one is spitting in the face of those financial professionals, or at least licensed individuals, who are saying things like, oh yes, buy term and invest the rest. I've never seen anybody who's rich off of an insurance policy, which I've never seen that either, to be honest. I've seen people who are rich and make people rich from insurance policies, but I've also not seen these people who are following their advice and getting rich either. This is an article from CBS News entitled "The Typical U.S. Worker Has $955 Saved for Retirement, a Report Finds," written by Amy Peachy and edited by Alan Scherter on February 6, 2026 for CBS News. Before I continue, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. Lastly, the links are in the description of this video to schedule an evaluation of your own. So, the average American worker has less than $1,000 saved for retirement, underscoring the financial strain millions could face in old age, according to a new report from the National Institute on Retirement Security. That figure factors in workers with 401k and other retirement plan savings, while also including the roughly 56 million U.S. workers who lack access to an employer-sponsored retirement plan. Median savings for all employed adults between the ages of 21 and 64 amounted to $955, the nonpartisan think tank found, tapping data from the U.S. Census Bureau's Survey of Income and Program Participation. Well, that's the article, ladies and gentlemen. That was a brief one. I thought it was going to be a bit... Oh, here we go. Read more. For workers who do have retirement savings, the median balance stands at $40,000, the group found, a far cry from the roughly $1.5 million that Americans say they need to retire comfortably. And side note, ladies and gentlemen, because you know how I do my articles, that $40,000 is around the what they call 4% rule that your boy Dave Ramsey always talks about, even though he says the 8% rule. So on $1 million retirement balance, you should be able to take out $80,000 if it's 8%, but experts say $40,000 if it's $1 million, or 4%, to not run out of money until the day you die from the day of retirement, which is calculated at $40,000 a year for 20 years, to be quite frank. Adding to the financial pinch is Social Security's funding shortfall, which, if not addressed by Congress, could result in a roughly 20% cut to benefits starting in 2034. While there have been some noticeable improvements in the retirement savings system in recent years, many workers are still left out of that system, and major challenges lie ahead, the report noted. More seniors are unretiring or returning to the workforce after retirement for financial reasons, according to a report from the AARP, the group which represents the interests of older Americans, found in a survey that 7% of retirees have returned to work in the last 6 months, with almost half citing financial pressures. With the cost of living still high and many people worried that they don't have enough saved for retirement, the trend of older adults working longer will likely continue. Carol Rozwisky, Vice President of Financial Resilience Programming at AARP, said in a statement. The findings come as the Trump administration is rolling out so-called Trump accounts aimed at helping millions of children build a nest egg to eventually buy a home, fund their education, or start a business. The accounts could also be used to help save for retirement, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has said. While Trump accounts could benefit future workers, the current retirement system effectively excludes millions of Americans who lack access to 401ks and similar plans, according to the National Institute on Retirement Security, NIRS, a nonprofit group whose members include financial services firms, employee benefit plans, trade associations, and other retirement service providers. The bottom line is that if Americans are not saving for retirement through their employer, then they are probably not saving at all, the report said. The paltry level of retirement savings may also help explain rising poverty among older Americans. The share of seniors living in poverty climbed to 15% in 2024, up from 14% a year earlier, and the highest rate among all age groups, census data shows. Few workers reach retirement benchmarks. The analysis, which also examined savings by age group, found that many older workers are no closer to their savings targets than younger workers, who have more time to catch up. The rule of thumb is that people should have retirement savings worth 1 year of their annual income by age 30, and then double by 35, and rising from there, according to Fidelity, by 60. The typical worker should have 8 times their annual income socked away for their golden years. Workers ages 55 to 64 had accumulated only 19% of their targeted retirement savings in 401ks or similar plans, NIRS found. Urgent fix needed for Social Security. Given the meager retirement savings of millions of Americans, Social Security remains an increasingly important source for keeping seniors financially stable and out of poverty. Many workers also misunderstand Social Security's role in retirement, either overestimating or underestimating its importance, experts note. A 2025 survey by life insurer Allianz found that 1 in 5 Americans believe Social Security will provide all the income they need in retirement, when in fact it provides roughly half of the typical senior's annual income, according to NIRS. Given that millions of seniors rely on Social Security for more than half of their annual income, shoring up the program to avoid insolvency is a pressing issue, the report said. Lawmakers could address the program's funding gap by raising the payroll tax rate, increasing the retirement age, or lifting the current cap on earnings subject to the payroll tax, which in 2026 is set at $184,500. Income above that threshold is not subject to Social Security taxes. Without a fix, the resulting 20% reduction in benefits would have a significant impact on the lives of seniors and other beneficiaries, the NIRS said. So that's it for today, folks. Make sure to hit the like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, wipe ass, work in progress every day, and see success. And to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional to have an evaluation of your own, the links are in the description.